Hey, can you hear me?
Yo, dude, how's it going?
Pretty
Can hear
you.
you loud and clear.
Good, good.
Cool. Alright, let's just hop right in. What are we doing today?
Uh, yeah, just wanted to talk about Fox
Okay,
matchup.
sounds good. What are we talking? What about Fox?
Um, well, I think a lot of little things, but I think edge guarding would be a
Mm-hmm.
good place to start. Um, for a little context, I sent you like two batches of slippies. The first is against a Fox. Reverse 3-0'd me, and it was pretty. It was a strange uh, dynamic because it felt like
Mm-hmm.
I had really good control the first game, and then it just really I just could not get a hang of what he was doing near the end.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then the second is another versus another Fox where it didn't feel like the neutral was as tricky. Just felt like I was getting out punished. And then also within the past week, I entered a tournament recently for the first time in a while, and I did pretty well. I did okay. I got second to curve, but
Okay,
it was
nice.
like game 15 grand finals.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
yeah, it was a little um, it was weird. It was exhausting. It's like very
Mm-hmm.
very long.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw you versus Curve last night, and then uh, it just yeah, it was like unbelievable.
Yeah, you're
It
like,
was like
how's he doing that?
no. The thing is, I actually understood everything you were doing. I just couldn't do any of it.
I
I
see.
everything you did was like everything I wanted to do, or things that I wish I was doing,
Mm-hmm.
or that like I know to be good, and I'm like I just don't do that. And there was like a few things too that I was like, oh, I hadn't even thought of that. Like there was a certain edge guard you kept doing, and you did it versus actually everyone, even Franz and Noel, but you kept like hitting them off the stage, doing like short hop laser, and then like it was like instant double jump or full hop laser or something instantly to like immediately catch their double jump when they were far off stage.
Mm-hmm.
And you were so good at shooting those like certain high lasers that were like catching people's high recoveries.
Yeah, I try to shoot a laser to always catch buffered double jump.
Yeah, and I'm really like the specifically the way you were doing it. I'm not very good at doing that. So
Hmm.
and I
Okay.
think that might tie into like how I was not edge guarding sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be I don't know. I guess we could just talk about edge guarding versus Fox as like a start, as like a theme
Okay.
to
Yeah. Like, do
of
you
going down.
like? Is there a specific situation you're trying to go over, or would you rather like watch the vods and see like what comes up, or what do you want to do?
Yeah, I think the latter would be better.
Okay. All right. Screen share is working.
Yep, I can see it.
Okay. Okay. Just gonna start from the beginning really quick. Okay. Okay, that was good. Good laser. Okay. It's fine. No. Bad back here. So this was all okay, but then right here, you have to come down like too low of a percent for back air to be relevant. Short hop off to the left and turn around laser to be safe. Or even
Yeah,
after you land here, retreating laser. This you do another back air, bad idea, and then the up tilt. Like this is a losing mix up for you. Like just spamming moves while Fox dash dances on a side plat. You're just gonna eventually lose that every time.
right.
Okay, nice. Okay, messed up the combo. Okay, messed up a tech chase. This was fine. A lot of times, if Fox gets sent at this type of angle where he can't realistically double jump to edge, and he knows you're going to be like approaching across the stage with lasers, they almost always side B here. So if I have a chance, like here, it almost seems like you might have had a chance to wave dash to edge here. I think that like that's usually worth it because they love to do the instant side B here because they don't want to jump into the laser, and if they wait too long, they're going to end up being below the stage, and they can't double jump to the edge.
Yeah. Do you think I had time to beat if he did a full side B with wave dash?
It looked like it was possible. It's more like it's something that every time I'm in that exact spot where he can't double jump to the edge, but he's below the stage, and I'm approaching from across the stage with lasers, my goal is to, like, see if there's a possibility I can take ledge, just because they always go for that.
Right, right. Okay.
Okay, so this runoff shine edgeguard is the exact edgeguard I use against Fox here as Fox. But as Falco, we have a bit of a superior edgeguard here, where you can do the double, like, runoff double jump double laser. That's like sort of my standard edgeguard. Is I hit Fox off like this, and I run off, and I double jump, and I do 2 lasers, and both lasers are like a read, kind of. So, like, I can shoot, like, high-low, I can shoot, like, onto the platform, and then drop, like 1 laser up onto the platform. I can shoot 2 low lasers. I can shoot, 1 here and 1 here, or 1 here and 1 here. And so, like, it's like it just gives Falco this nice big advantage on being able to laser Fox here, where Fox doesn't get that.
Okay.
Just because you end up in this spot where it's kind of frustrating to not really have an option. And it's not this isn't the worst edgeguard ever. It's just that I think that runoff double jump double laser here in general will give you way more options to, like, snipe this type of, like, he's far away and you can snipe the double jump and stuff like that. Like, if I was edgeguarding here, I probably would have killed him, or not killed him, but I would have gotten the laser out of the double jump here. Let's see. So I would have run off, and I would have right here I would have done run off, and I would have done 1 laser right here because it looks like it would have hit his buffered double jump. And then I would drop and I would shoot 1 more laser as low as I could here, and I would hope to catch the buffered double jump, and then if he drops, catch him 1 more, and then I'd probably, like, go to ledge or something like that. And so yeah, he buffers the double jump, he would have gotten hit by that exact laser, and then you just end up in a way better situation than, like, this, where you're like, oh no, like, what do I do? And you can kind of deal with this spot. I like to shoot this laser a little bit later, but I think this would have worked if he went down anyway, so I think it's fine. And then you can just react to the high one. So it wasn't the worst. Like, it was a fine edgeguard. I just prefer doing the double laser there. A lot of times I feel like it gives me a kill more often because it prevents Fox from, like, getting as high up as he can because I'm just putting the lasers above his head.
Right. Do you ever have a problem with doing the runoff double laser on Yoshi's? I feel like sometimes I land on the side platform. And that kind of
nah, because, like, you can do runoff double jump single laser on side plat as, like, a choice.
Okay.
And it'll catch, like, you can do, like, double jump single laser to side plat, catch him, and then do drop through laser or whatever, and a lot of times that'll work. Or just do stuff like, jump up, single laser, and then wait, and then, maybe go to ledge or see what he does here. A lot of times they'll try to side B to catch the drop laser, and then you can just, like, back ear them or something.
Okay.
I actually, when I'm edgeguarding Fox, I don't think of it as a flowchart in every aspect. Like, there are certain positions where it's a flowchart. Like, an example would be, like, if you grabbed edge and then he up-B'd right here, it's like the best option is pretty much always drop, double jump, turn around, double laser to hit the up-B, Like, so there are spots where you're like, okay, there's definitely, like, a pretty correct answer. But a lot of times I treat it more like an advantage state. Like sharking someone, kind of, or like... like it's not like a tech chase. Like, I don't see it as like a reaction test where I have to hit every option. And to some degree it is when, like, you're trying to react to side Bs and stuff like that. But it's just like my general mentality while edge guarding Fox is like, okay, we're still kind of in neutral, but I just have a big advantage, and I'm trying to bait him into doing something bad.
Right.
It looks like this was a good laser. You just timed it slightly wrong, so like this should, like, I usually want this laser to cover him going to edge, and then I'll try to get close to edge and hit like a laser that'll stop him, and then try to do like laser forward tilt or something like that.
Right.
On the downward angle. Okay, crazy back air read. Okay. I'm down for that because of the position. Wow, okay. So, have we gone over how, like, important top platform is on Yoshi's yet? Have we talked about that before?
I don't know if we've talked about it, but I've talked about it a lot with Squid.
Okay.
He's told me that, like, Yoshi's versus Fox is just a fight for the top platform.
Yes, he's completely correct. So I want some more lasers on this stage and more usage of top platform. And a lot of times those go hand in hand. Of like using the platforms to get lasers off. It's just you're playing like a very low laser style this game, and it's a lot more like scrappy and aerially, and like Fox just eats that for breakfast.
Right.
Like you really want to be like zoning Fox at all times on every stage, and like there's so many points like right here. Like, and it's happened a few times now where, like, something like this happens where, like, I will go to top platform here, like, 99 times out of 100. Like, at some point in there, I'll go to side plat or top plat. They're just so much safer than being on the ground. And they give you these opportunities to, like, drop with, like, a laser. Okay, nice. Slight mistake, but it was a good idea. Okay, great. I like that a lot. Good combos. Good combos. Okay. Hit. Okay, slide off. Okay, nice. 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 I like this. Okay. Oh, okay. 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 I thought you were just gonna suicide down air on this first one.
I probably should have, now that I
like
think
right
about
here, and you hit that.
Yeah, yeah.
Just like
You are so fast at recognizing when you can suicide down air. I was you versus Curve. You had like the fastest suicide.
Oh
down
yeah,
air.
he upbeat off stage, and I was just like,
yeah,
dead.
yeah. I was like, I would not have done that, especially not that fast. He probably would have already started moving, and then it might have traded, and I might have somehow died. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just every time they're last stock, I just have this piece of my brain that's like, remember, you could just totally suicide. Like it just unlocks this big chunk of free edge guards.
Yeah, that's how I gotta think about it.
So, okay, let me grab the second VOD here. Yeah, so my impression from that game overall was like you're generally playing it pretty well, but you're not taking your own safety seriously enough. You're thinking too much about hurting Fox and less about Fox hurting you.
Yeah. I'm
I'm
still kind of, it's like a byproduct, I think, a little bit at least from like me trying to be
fast,
cracked. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
But that doesn't exclude me from using platforms. So I think that's probably also a good point.
Yeah, in fact, platforms are kind of like a way to get a bunch of extra inputs because you're just like shield drop, waveland. You know, like you can do some crazy stuff with those. So yeah, I think platforms, and then like if you're trying to still do like the super cracked thing, then that's fine. But I'm definitely like, that is definitely like why that game was like a little rough for you. was
Right.
because it's like you're like it's like if you're like a hunter and you're going after like a wild animal, you don't want like 1 versus 1. We'll scrap it out. Like, I don't care if I lose an eye and 3 fingers, like, I'll win the fight. And it's like, well, you need to hunt again, tomorrow.
Right.
And so it's like, you want to beat Fox with, like, as little risk as possible. And, like, obviously that's true in a lot of other matchups, too. But I think the stalemates against Fox are so strong that, like, there are so many positions where Fox really can't get you. He can't really do anything to you if you use the platforms and lasers correctly. And a lot of times, those few lasers they make a significant difference, especially, like, at low percent or stuff like that. Like,
right.
and I say this every lesson, but you don't want to interact at all until you've done like 10 laser damage.
Okay.
Like every stock, 10 laser damage minimum. Like when the stock begins, especially at the beginning of the game where there's no invincibility or anything, but I do this every single stock of every game. I'm thinking like, okay, unless Fox decides to let me grab him or shine him below 10% while I'm lasering. Like if I'm lasering, he wants to like just get shine out of shielded or CC shined or something, then he can. But if he's not gonna immediately attack me, or like if he can't get in on me, I will get my lasers up to like 10 damage, and then at 10%, a million different things work. That didn't work at 0. It's just a significantly easier percentage to combo at.
True.
And like late down air, early down air combos at like 8% or something. So
yeah, I was gonna say that the downer specifically kind of unlocks at that percentage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's a good.
And then like obviously periods like this should never exist. No lasers here. You should never ever get in a dash dancing war with Fox. That should just simply not occur. If I'm dash dancing and Fox is dash dancing, I am no longer dash dancing. I am now retreating lasering.
Yeah, you know what it is like, so when I'm like, I don't know, I'm struggling to figure out how I want to laser while still being cracked. So like you know what I do is I watch back my games after I play them, and I always check my IPM. I check to see if I'm like, yeah, like on the Slippy stat screen, I look at to see if I'm like over 500, because that's like,
I see.
In the past I've always been like, like low 400, sometimes like high 300. Like I'm a pretty slow player, but like if I want to be cracked, I'm like really measuring that number to see if I'm at least breaking 500 per game.
I see.
I feel like if I dash dance, like it's just like a way to make me be faster and more mobile, and it kind of pads out the IPM. But I think that like lasering itself isn't necessarily slow. Like it can make you can be fast with lasers.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like kind of just having trouble, I guess, figuring out how I want to incorporate it into being fast.
A lot of times it's like you do like cracked movement into lasers if you're trying to be super fast while lasering. So like maybe I'll do something like, approaching laser, like I'll do like here, approaching laser, dash back, full hop, waveland off, retreating laser, and then like dash back, full hop, waveland off, shine, double jump, waveland off, laser, like dash dance really quick. Like you can do kind of like basically just do cracked movement while doing lasers.
Right,
so I do a lot of shield drop laser. I'll try to do like shield drop turnaround laser, like go for just like really fast movement or like high laser reads or stuff like that. I go for some crazy lasers when I'm trying to play like super cracked. It's just kind of like, it's not just the C stick and B button, or sorry, like down B and C stick that are like cracked. A lot of it is like movement and like wavelands and like wave dashing out of shield and stuff like that. And so like the more you just move around and like sort of try to get lasers, I think it's pretty like you can play fast while using the lasers. I don't think you should necessarily try to like get high APM, like to try to like get like a number up is sort of irrelevant. Like, yeah, it kind of will probably relate to like you pressing more buttons. Like, I don't think it's like the worst method in the world, but like you're like, oh, I'm dash dancing because like that's more inputs per second than like moving around and lasering. And it's more about that you just want your brain to be moving really, really fast, and you want to get used to doing a lot of like not just taking really slow, simple like laser dash back wait options every time, like because it just like gets your hands into like this kind of slow rhythm. So it's like you can play at this fast rhythm without, you know, constantly pressing like C-stick buttons or whatever.
Sure.
And because Falco just literally can't press as many buttons as Fox, so there are times where I'm like, yeah, playing cracked, and I'm like full hop, double jump, laser, 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 laser. You know, and it's like that's still part of like Falco playing at max speed. He just doesn't. He's not like Fox where he can just insta press as many buttons as possible and have it like work.
Right. Right.
So yeah, I would recommend still like lasering as much as you can, even if you're trying to play like cracked kind of. You can be a little bit more aggro with the lasers, but than like you normally would if you're trying to play like super cracked. But obviously, like nairs like this are bad no matter how you're trying to play. Like you're just like kind of just throwing it out. There was no like laser to like prep it.
Right.
Okay. Nice. Oh, okay. Right here, I do laser, laser, dash, shield drop, forward air.
Oh, okay.
Right here.
Yeah, because I was thinking like I don't want to dash attack because you could just hold
Yeah.
away. But I like that fair idea. That's a good idea.
That's my current approach to that. Wow, such a good up tilt. Wow. You like foxtrot up tilted? That's crazy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Still didn't kill. That's incredible.
I feel like you hit this edge guard though. You know what I mean? Like I feel like you would absolutely.
Oh yeah, no, he's dead here. It's because
I don't know.
I would high laser this probably, like while he's floating right here. Like I just don't know why you like walked away. You can like basically you can just keep like fighting with lasers here. You can protect the ledge with lasers. You know, you can try to hit him where he's currently at with lasers.
I think
yeah.
I'm like a little worried about this angle that Curve specifically really likes to do, which is like he'll be in that position, but then he doesn't go to ledge, he doesn't go straight or up, he goes at you directly. Where you
yeah. No, he does that
and
against me quite a bit too.
It's kind of annoying. I don't really know what to do except for like respect it. And,
yeah, so the general solution is like you need to do the lasers still, but you do the lasers from like a position. Like, you just don't stay in the exact same position, or you can kind of, like, hard read it. If like, a certain fox keeps going for that, you can just, like, hard read it with a back air and kill it.
Yeah.
But, like, usually, it's just, like, as long as you kind of keep your positioning dynamic, and you don't just go for, like, the exact same positioning every single time, then that makes it a little bit harder for Fox to just aim directly at you. But yeah, Curve goes for that angle a lot, and he personally also has a weakness, or because he trusts his up B into you so much more than he trusts the side B, that versus players like that, a lot of times you can just laser their up B a single time, and you know they're gonna up B again. Like he loves the like get lasered into instant up B. And so you can just read it and do, like, laser into jump out and just, like, down air the up B as, like, a read. Like, while he's charging. If you ever get, like, a hard read on somebody, like, oh, they love the up B, then just, like, oh, I'll just read it. And you get, like, a kill at 30, and it'll just, like, shatter their whole, like, edge guard life. Or, like, recovery life.
I actually theory crafted that already, and I was like, oh, next time I play him, I want to do that.
Yeah. No, it's very good.
I was gonna say that like when I saw you play him though, it just like happened one time that he did it because like every other time you just lasered him like so like all the way down to below the edge
Uh-huh.
every time, and I could
Oh,
never
yeah,
do
no,
that.
I kept just lasering him yesterday.
You're so good at I could never do that. I feel like every time I laser him, like he either doesn't get hit by the lasers or like I don't know. I feel like the way I'm aiming it or shooting it is not correct.
Hmm. Like you're having trouble hitting the up B while it's charging with the lasers?
Yeah, like I think like
Okay, so you might
like an
need to just
awkward
like, what's up?
like an awkward high height. It's not like highest short hop laser, but like you like would
Uh-huh.
like go to the side platform to get your laser to the right height, which is something I don't
Mm-hmm.
ever do. So maybe that's something I could do.
You're saying like when they up B at a height to go directly sideways to the side plat?
No, like when they start their offstage up B recovery, like they started high enough that like I can't hit it with just like a short hop laser. Like I
Uh-huh.
have to like you would, and the way that you would hit it was just like jumping up to the side platform and then lasering from up there.
Oh, I see. Yeah, sometimes I'll go to the side plat and do it, and then sometimes I do the runoff double jump, double laser there. Because it hits
Yeah,
higher, like high enough up.
yeah, like that laser I think was okay, but I just didn't do anything off of it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, nice. I like the waveland movement. It's good to use the platforms. Okay. I can definitely tell you're faster from like the practice.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I'm trying really hard this game to just like waveland a lot, but
Yeah, no, I can definitely see your APM is going up. You still look a little like stiff with it. Like
yeah, because I'm really bad at it. I'm really slow at it. I'm not moving nearly as fast as I want to. Like
I think
my vision
yeah.
is so much faster than this.
So okay, so obviously the correct like the correct effective way to play this matchup is slightly different from like the stuff we're working on where you're trying to go really, really fast and stuff like that. But I think like if you like toward for the purpose of pushing more towards the fast stuff, I think you need to like let go a little bit of your opponent's like positioning. Like think of like kind of how a Marth main dash dances, where if the Marth is just dash dancing at a range where like they want to dash back and punish you, and that's all they ever do, then you feel sort of comfortable as long as you don't approach. But then like the really good Marths, they do that thing where they kind of dash dance as a read without really looking. Do
Yes.
you know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about? Where they
Yes.
do that
Yeah.
thing
Yeah.
where they just kind of like dash in and then they'll like dash in again and dash back and try to get behind you and then like dash back in and get a grab, and it's kind of like their movement had nothing to do with like them trying to
Very good work.
react during this sequence at all. They just thought of a movement sequence and decided to do it.
Right.
I think you could, while you're doing this sort of speed thing, have a little bit more of that, where like even though you're going really fast, you're still like playing at max efficiency, where like almost every button input is interactive, kind of. Uh, Whereas like you can kind of do like flourishes randomly as long as they're not predictable and people can't really like hit them. Like you could just do way more movement around your opponent's area without necessarily like how do I describe it? Like basically there's stuff you can do movement wise that's sort of off topic where like you don't it doesn't have to be avoiding Fox and it doesn't have to be attacking Fox. It's just sort of fast movement or lasers around the stage, sometimes kind of like even close to Fox or like crossing Fox up, that just doesn't really have anything to do with like what's happening in the game. And you will get hit for it sometimes, but you will be surprised how often you can get away with it, just because it's not like Fox is looking for you to counter the things that he is doing, and when you get close to Fox, he's thinking that you are going to put forward some form of like aggression. or try to hit him or something. But if you just kind of move around near Fox without fear at all, and it's not really like directed at Fox, it's just kind of around, I think you can get away with like a lot more sort of like confident movement and kind of like, I don't know, like style or whatever, like by just sort of letting go of the fact that like every movement, everything has to contribute to like good spacing and stuff like that.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I thought what you were trying to say was like I should just move fast without looking at Fox at all, but
so
it sounds like what you're saying is more like I should be like just thinking about doing a movement sequence without worrying too much about if it's actually good near Fox.
Yeah, exactly. Like, just be like, this is like a cool movement sequence, and it doesn't really have anything to do with like exactly what's happening. Like, let me see. I think I saw like an example, like opportunity kind of thing on this right side over here. Yeah, so like right here, let's see, no, it was not there. What? Whatever.
It might have been before that.
Yeah, it was probably before that. But basically, it's just like, if you notice, like, you're still kind of just only spacing around the correct things, and there's a bunch of spots where you can kind of like waveland, like you can waveland in on Fox in spots where like you're not really gonna be able to attack. Let me just like, let's finish this game really quick, and then I'll just pull up Uncle Punch for like 5 seconds to show you what I mean.
Oh, okay. Yeah, for sure.
Great double down air. I way prefer a shine here than this up tilt. Because if you hit the shine here, and he DIs like to the right, like he did here, and you shine, it's a stock. That's a stock.
Yeah,
it's over.
I think the reason I did it is because on FD, I feel like first hit up air up till at like 60 feels like better than first hit up air shine on most DI.
That's fair. I think it's fair. I just like the chance of killing them a lot.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, it can kill him.
Okay, let me just. Oops, 1 sec. My controller is still in my backpack because I went to Verdugo yesterday. Oops, 1 second. Wait. I did the thing where I opened Dolphin, and then I plugged in my controller, and I was like, wait, that's a bad idea.
Oh, no, yeah.
Okay. So, effectively, I'm just talking about something... Whoa. Okay.
Oh.
Let's just try that one more time. If not, I will replug my controller in. Nope, it's still broken going to the right. I do not know what's happening.
Like a fob or something? Or?
It's a Goom Wave.
Oh, okay.
I've had it before where I just had to like replug in my adapter or something, but I don't think this has really happened before. There we go. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, the fobs seem to go out. My Goom Wave has been pretty consistent though. Okay, so say we're like on Stadium or something. And it's like when Fox is like right here, you're kind of looking at like your cracked options as like, oh, I can do like this, or like I can kind of, you know, maybe do like this or something like that. You're not really thinking about like this as like the crack zone, but you can like...
Oh, yeah.
And like, it's like you can, and then you can also do stuff where you can go like... You know, you can kind of just like move around, and like I'll do stuff where I'll do like... And I'll just sort of move around Fox in ways that, like, he's not super expecting, where I'm just not completely relevantly like, oh, I need to, like, space around his stuff and, like, think about it like a normal game. You know, it's more like I just don't really care. Like, I might do something like this and try to get, like, a full hop edge cancel into the turnaround laser. Or I might do something like this, where I go, oh, I suck. Like full hop waveland back into like this, and just sort of like moving around in ways that are kind of like cocky, I guess.
Yeah.
rather than thinking of it as like, oh, I need to move around exactly like how the game dictates. It's kind of like, no, I'm just gonna kind of like move really fast and then sort of like, so like, yeah, like let's say I'm like right here and I do this waveland off. If you're thinking of it purely in terms of like effectiveness, then maybe it's like this, or oops, let's do this. Like maybe I have this, or maybe I try this, or whatever. That's like kind of it. But then I'm like, oh, but what if I just do this and then this, and then like, what am I gonna get out of that? Like, oh, it's kind of risky because I'm going, you know, through Fox, but I'm not even trying to hit him. And a lot of times I'll do this, and then maybe Fox will dash away because he thinks I'm gonna do this. So I'm just like, oh, because I did this super cocky thing like this, where I do waveland here, then like, then I can get this, or move around and get some sort of tricky thing, you know, moving around like that. So like, I just sort of like, you don't need to be playing effectively while you're playing fast. You can kind of, as long as it's not too like on the nose, like, oh, I'm wavelanding in here, and Fox is like, yeah, that's kind of like you don't want your option to be the greedy option towards like a goal. As long as it's kind of, like I said, off topic enough, where you're just kind of moving in a way that's like, bet you didn't expect me to move here, you're not really going to get punished for it that often. And it'll let you gain a little bit more like freedom with your movement. Like whenever I'm kind of like swagging out or whatever in the game, I'm doing so many like kind of nonsense movements. And I think you've played me before, not really the last session, but like the one before that where we played, where we were kind of just playing fast versus fast. And I do that a lot, where I'm just kind of doing irrelevant kind of fast movements, and it's not like, they're not like, oh, it's so easy to punish, because it's kind of like, doesn't really have anything to do with you. It's not easy to punish.
Sure, sure.
Okay, nice. Oh, forward air here. Right here. Instant forward air before he attacks.
Could I like... Oh, maybe I could like forward air up tilt. Yeah.
Yeah, like short hop forward air down smash, short hop forward air up tilt. I like forward air down smash here because I'm just like, oh, like, you might die.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, down smash is probably better, yeah.
Okay. Make sure you laser. Like, throwing out nairs is kind of fine as long as they're not too relevant. Like, that nair is just right on him, and it's like, yeah, you can throw out aerials as long as they're not, like, directly directed at your opponent, because then it's fighting, and then it's just, like, a bad fighting decision rather than, like, a cool movement decision. Oh!
Right.
Let's go! Oh, let's go! Oh, almost.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, that was really good. Typically, after this, if both lasers hit, I'll go to edge here. Like, boom, boom, I just instantly go to edge. And then, this laser was also fine. But then here, I also go to edge, like you did. And then, but I like to go to edge earlier, and I do, like, the shine back air here.
Yeah, much sooner. Yeah.
Like, before he gets to the edge. So, like, right here, and then you just drop right here, and you can cut off, like, bam, like right here, shine back air.
Okay, okay. Yeah, how fast can you confirm that the second laser hit? I feel like that was good, right? Like
yeah, no, this was perfect. Yeah, you did it. Okay. You did it exactly right this time. Except you did this extra laser.
Extra laser. Yeah. How do you react fast enough to like not shoot the extra laser? Can you see that?
Yeah, I can just tell it's gonna hit. Oh. Like, I'm not reacting to it hitting. I'm reacting to, like...
Yeah.
I'm, like, right here. I'm like, oh, this laser's definitely hitting. Like, already. And then right here, I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna go to ledge right now. And, like, he's still in stun. Like, I can definitely get to edge before the side B comes out.
Right, and even if, like, so, and you can, like, steal ledge, so if you, like, take laser side Bs to edge, you just hog.
Oh, yeah, no, I take, if he does take laser side B to edge, he just dies.
Yeah. I remember telling myself about this a long time ago, and I forgot all about it.
Yeah, okay. And so this is exactly the same thing I was talking about. If you're trying to do the speed thing, you have to not be so into Fox. Like you're like simping. you're like there goes Fox. Like I want to hit him. All right, there goes Fox again. Like right here, it's like everything you do here is totally dictated by Fox. Like every movement is like Fox dictated, Fox controlled. You're like, where's Fox? Give me Fox. I will attack and kill Fox. Tell me the position. I'll be there. You know?
Yeah.
And it's like, no. Like you can just be moving. You can do waveland. You can do wave dash here, double jump, waveland off the top plat. You can do all kinds of, wave dash, double jump, waveland, fast fall, waveland back, turn around laser. Like you have all these options, but instead you're just like, like there he is targeting. And like it just kind of like it ruins the whole point of like the fast movement because it just means you're just throwing out moves on him,
Yeah, I think that's one big takeaway from this is I gotta stop conflating speed with like attacking all the time, like immediately attacking.
And then this just doesn't work against Fox. Like this pattern, this is like a great pattern against Marth. Doesn't work against Fox ever.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to do this exact pattern, you have to late aerial here. Like, yeah, it would have still gotten hit by this, but, like, if you hit this laser, you still probably don't get, like, a real opening.
Right.
It's kind of too far away to go for it. Like, if you, like, what did you think Fox was going to do after this laser? After this one? And you dash in.
I think I'm okay, so there's two things. One is that I think that this was a little bit mindless because I'm in this weird limbo where I'm like trying to play fast and I have all these ideas in my head, and then like sometimes my brain just like falls back on like really level 1 autopilot options. So this might have been just like a level 1 autopilot, but also I think the level 1 autopilot was like called up because I was thinking maybe he's going to take laser dash back, but I think that's not what I would do if I was thinking about it. Like, this is not how I would beat Fox doing take laser dash back, even if I wanted.
Yeah, because it almost looks like you're expecting him to up tilt here, but then you go way too far away to punish the up tilt. And that's kind of why you get hit. Like, if you thought he was going to up tilt here, you just want to stay a little closer. And then do, like, punish it with, like, a down air or whatever.
Right.
Okay, yeah, classic. Okay, so I think we are like 2 steps away from you kind of beating a lot of Foxes. I think like step 1 is to get the edge guarding down and to like solidify the speed stuff even more, so that like when you can kind of feel yourself against Fox, you can really do it without it being kind of predictable or like too much like, oh, I'll take whatever.
Right.
So I think sort of completing that little arc, and I can definitely see the progress. Like, it's definitely been moving. It's just not quite over yet. But it's on its way. Like I said, I think if you can figure out how to be, like, fast without equating that with constant attacking, you'll be in really good shape with this whole thing. And then the next step would be getting the edge guards nice and clean. Which is honestly just kind of learning some basic flowcharts of like making sure you can hit the double jump, double laser into grab edge every time, making sure that like you're paying a lot of attention to like which recoveries the Fox is using and trying to like one thing I'll do is I will make a note of like which recovery a Fox does. And I'll just specifically try to disallow, like, every recovery in a row. So, like, Fox starts the game and does recovery A, and if they die out of it, great, I just keep playing the game. If they don't die out of it, the next time they recover, they are definitely not getting that recovery. And then, let's say they pick a different recovery, and they make it past you that time. I'm going to try to look for lasers that now beat both of those recovery options. I'm going to try to make it, and I'm not trying to be, I'm not, like, basically, I'm not trying to cover every single option. I'm trying to make sure that their preferred recoveries are simply invalid. And so they're allowed to do other recoveries, but I need those recoveries to be ones that they find particularly, like, not great, or maybe they're just not that comfortable, or they don't really like going at those angles. So I'm basically just using my lasers to make their recovery awkward. And I just want to make them have a tough time figuring out how to recover, and then I capitalize on that awkwardness where a lot of times people will give free openings to get back aired, or to get grabbed ledge on, or to get just like laser, and then they're like, oh, they're just doing up Bs, and then I'll jump out and down air and stuff like that.
Right.
So, like, yeah. So it's mostly, we're going to get through the speed stuff, and then we're going to fix, like, okay, technically 3-step process. Speed stuff, then we fix the edge guarding, and then we reintegrate laser camping, but, like, super correctly this time.
Right.
And we have the speed stuff in addition. And I feel like that is pretty close to giving you, like, a complete bird in the matchup, and it's then at that point it'll be mostly about making sure you're consistent and being like, okay, what about this edge guard, and what about this combo, and trying to just get better at those. Or what about this laser, how do I keep, like, let's say Fox is top platform camping me on Yoshi's, what is the best way to use lasers to dislodge him, or something like that, rather than like these big picture, like, oh, you're missing this big chunk against Fox or whatever. Like, you're definitely getting closer to it. We just sort of need to fix the, like, Fox needs to be dying off of these edge guards for sure, and the aggression needs to be a little bit more, not the aggression, but the speed needs to be a little bit more mixed up and separate from, like, the idea of aggression. But once you're fast, and you've got the good laser camping, and you've got the solid combos, like, it's just really tough to deal with that as a Fox.
Right. I think, yeah, that sounds, I think that makes a lot of sense. That seems like consistent with what I feel like my biggest weakness is right now, for sure.
And, like, in spots like this, I would just forward smash here, just to get him off stage.
After the downer?
Like, they miss tech here. Forward smash. Or down smash, honestly.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, I just want to get them off stage. It's like getting Fox. Nice. Okay.
That was bad. Those
yeah, you can't be missing these. I think this was good. Grabbing edge here was good. Oh, it's because he's too far here. So I don't even go for these types of lasers when he's too far. I wait for the up B, react to the up B with my shine up B refresh, and then I just back air or down air. Like, I'll shine turn around down air this before I'll laser it, because it's like all angles he can do are reactable. I can back air or down air anything he can do from this point. So there's no longer any reason to, like, laser. It's kind of like if he's so far away that he can't even get to ledge, and you just have to grab edge and roll, there's no reason to still be lasering him, you know?
Right.
And so, yeah, that was basically it. Was just that, like, he was so far away, you no longer needed these lasers, and this was just a ledge grab and literally, like, back air one more time, or down air, and that's it.
Yeah, okay.
After the first one here, you want to grab edge. I'm fine with this one. I'm fine with this. But then right here, you want to grab edge and then do a double jump down air. Even if he tries to wall ride, FD has this weird, like, lip to it, where, like, 99% of the time, if you do your down air low enough, like, if you do your down air such that you kind of barely make it back on stage, it'll almost always hit low enough that they can't tech it. And they go at this weird angle down this way, or they bounce off, like, the ceiling and go down.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I don't know why I don't grab ledge after I hit the first downer.
I don't know. I've done it a million times where I didn't grab ledge there, so I think it's just tempting to just go for the downer again. It feels very, like, safe, and you don't have to, like, react to anything.
Right.
Yeah, I can definitely see the progress. You're like, the one thing you need to, like, like, awaken the thing for, like, the speed where you're just like, I can do anything I want because I'm swagging out and I'm super duper ultra cracked. Like, you need to, like, find that piece of yourself before you can move on from the speed stuff. But in terms of, like, raw, like, actual inputs, you're pretty close to there. It's more just, like, that, like, kind of delusional confidence in the movement that I want to see.
Yeah, I definitely don't... Like, I'm definitely, like, I feel very shaky when I'm doing
Yeah,
like,
exactly. I can tell.
Like,
I can tell that you're going fast, but it's like is it really okay for me to be going fast like this? You know, like, like you're definitely, like, going 5 over the speed limit, like, checking over your shoulder for, like, cops and stuff, you know? And I'm just telling you, like, nah, dude, you gotta learn to just go 120 and, like, forget what a cop is. Like,
right.
Not a recommendation in real life.
right. In a video game.
Yeah. But that's, like, the equivalent. Is, like, you kind of need to just, like, let loose and be like, all right, I'm just, like, so fast that, like literally beating an opponent by just being fast, and also knowing that you will beat them by being fast without being good, and then also not thinking that means constantly jumping in on them.
Right.
So it's
actually... Sorry, go ahead.
It's like, it's just not always APM, because sometimes people will do, like, wave dash walk back, you know, sticky walk down air, and you're like, that's crazy stylish, you know? And it's, like, not even that, like, APM heavy. It's more of, like, a confident thing where it's like, I have all these little tricks and movements and ideas, and, you know, think of the way Salt plays.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to get you to get. Like, this sort of, like, I'm going for these crazy ideas, and I have full confidence in my ability to hit, like, 5 task inputs in a row, and I'm going to go for it because I think it's cool, and, like, you're not going to stop me. And just, like, kind of, like, getting a little bit more attitude with the speed, I think, is important.
Okay. Yeah, I think I see what you were saying. I was going to say, there was one other big thing that happened just a few seconds before that interaction, that last interaction.
Oh, okay. Let me pull that up again.
So this fox in particular, I've had other foxes do this before, and I struggle with it, where, like, they either will back themselves into a corner, or they'll get knocked down into a corner, and then once they get up, or they're actionable, they, like, will suddenly fling themselves at me with dash, full hop, full drift forward nair.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, it feels like kind of jarring, because I feel like I'm, like, spawning them backing up into the corner, and then all of a sudden now they're like they cover half the stage with a hitbox that I can't avoid, really. I don't know, like, what the best response is. I think it was
this one. There it is.
Yeah, like, he got hit into the corner, and then he just dashed full hop nairs.
Yeah,
like,
this is so freaking common. It's so ridiculously common at knockdown percent.
Yeah. Like, I know that, like, I could just not engage with it and just, like, dash back, like, full momentum retreating laser.
Yeah.
But,
so,
like, I don't know.
There are 2 things that I would say here. Okay. There's a couple responses that you can do here. So the first one is, if you're afraid in this position, shield is obviously awful. If you're afraid here, you can laser, like a retreating laser. And you were saying you don't really like that. Sometimes here, retreating laser or dash away backflip laser will get you, like, a high laser into something, like high laser forward tilt, high laser jab, high laser up tilt. Like, you can, you know, get this high laser, protect yourself into, like, a jab or something. But the issue is, and also another thing that I'll do here, even if I do this shield, I'll just trade with the back air. Like, I'll just jump away. Because if Fox is right on top of you, the back air won't trade, like this. But if you do the back air a little earlier and drift like away with it, so that just to make sure that you're like here with your back air out a little earlier, this would have definitely traded, and you have a chance to kill him or at least send him off stage. And that's like a chance of what would have happened. Otherwise, when Fox is at like 120, honestly, as soon as Fox passes 100, there's like a singular goal in my head, and it's like, I'm going to laser Fox to 130%. Or like 128%. Because at 128, the jab knocks down. Roughly.
Right.
So, and at 128, if Fox does this, you just retreating laser, hit this, combo into a jab, knocks him down, and he dies. So, it's a much more like a percent dependent thing in this situation, where like, I would let Fox get away with this and just take a few laser damage to get him up to jab knockdown, so I feel comfortable killing him.
Yeah, I guess my thought is like, it feels like if Fox puts himself in the corner, that should be like, it feels like I should be able to like at least have center, or like a little bit more than center.
You do have
like,
center. Like this is a winning position for you.
Yeah, but it's like I feel like I have to back up a little bit if I want to be fully out of his immediate threat range. Like,
So
I feel like I have to be like actually literally in center to like fully be able to free myself of all his threats while still threatening him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
but have you ever corner pressured Falco as Fox and they just full hop to top plat after it took like an hour to get them in the corner?
Right.
Like it's like, yeah, you can't keep Fox in the corner without a shadow of a doubt. But like this is a losing position for him, and like if you really feel like he's too mobile in the corner, it's probably because you stopped lasering. Like right here, look, you do laser, approaching laser, and then you're just like this whole time there's no lasers, and then you're like, oh, I got stuck shielding here. It's like, yeah, it's because you have like an aggressive option and you didn't use it. Like so if you
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Like, if I just repeated laser, then, like, it reduces...
Like, if you shot this same high laser again, right here, he would have jumped into it and gotten hit.
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah, maybe I should just do that. Just either more repeated lasers or more high lasers when they're in the corner.
Well, yeah, just because, remember, the goal is more lasers to get him to jab knockdown percent. I actually do that, like, so religiously. Like... People don't even know, because a lot of times in tournament, I get my edge guards, and I just, like, kill Fox anyway. People don't see in, like, the friendlies against KGH, where, like, all 4 stocks of a game are him getting to 100 and me lasering him up to 130 while he's too scared to approach into my back air, and then getting laser jab and then killing him, and then like literally doing that 4 stocks in a row over a period of 6.5 minutes, like
right.
Like, and like the whole time I'm like trying to play cracked. It's just impossible to hit him or something like that, you know?
Right.
Okay, so we have the multiple step chart right now. You have to get like that sort of blind confidence in the, like, you need to have the blind confidence to like wave dash in on Fox, but not in a situation where you're looking for wave dash in shine.
Right.
Because that's kind of like what you do is you're like, well, if I'm going in, like I need to go in with like an aggro option. It's like, no, you just need to get the ability to like believe that your opponent won't hit you if you do something like random and fast.
Right.
And
like
kind of
do something sick within the vicinity of Fox.
Yeah, and just do something. Yeah, like, and I think the perfect example was that one where I was like, you can use the platform right above Fox to do your little flourish instead of the one on the other side, because it's still kind of threatening, and he thinks you're going to do relevant things. So he's going to be responding to you doing relevant things, but you're not really doing relevant things. You're just kind of moving really fast. And then you can, like, a lot of times they'll get baited and stuff like that. So basically, practice that until you feel like you're doing it somewhat. Like, you need you to be a world expert at this, like being like swaggy and fast immediately before you move on. It's more that, like, I need you to see that this is like a... Because before, this was basically like a muscle you had never flexed ever. And now you've been flexing it for a little bit, and you're like kind of at like sort of decent level with it, but you're not great at it. And I'm saying like get a little bit more on it, and then put it on the back burner for a while. Like you're not gonna be the most cracked Falco on just this train of like you're currently on the speed. Like you're basically gonna have to come back to this later after layering in a bunch more and do it again, but at a higher level. But I just want you to kind of get a feeling for, like, this is what the speed push, this is how leveling up the speed stat works. And so once you get that last little point of, like, oh, this is the way to level up the speed without it being super, like, aggro or relevant to the match, you get that down, and then we can kind of transition a little bit more into just the edgeguard phase. Like, I super went through, like, an edgeguard phase where, like, the only thing I was thinking about was edgeguarding Fox and stuff like that. So I think you can transition into a bit of that phase, get a bunch of the laser flow charts down, make sure that like up B heights don't feel awkward to laser. Like it should feel very second nature to laser exactly where they are every time. Or be able to like make reads. Like sometimes I'll hit someone with the first laser of I'll do run off, double jump, double laser, and like I'll hit someone with the first laser, and I'll literally be like, oh, I bet they're going to fast fall out of it, and I'll make the read after shooting the first laser, and then I'll fast fall to shoot the second laser to read the fast fall out of the first laser for them.
Oh, nice.
And
nice.
so, like, that's just the sort of thing you get when you do it a lot of times in a row, and you kind of just grind the edgeguard in particular until you're very, like, sensitive to it. And so, once you get both of those things, then I think that's kind of the cycle has completed. Like, the improvement cycle has gone full circle, and now we're back to, like, yo, Cell, can you laser dash back? And you're like, can I? Can I? Like, and so that's where I'm trying to get you to right now. And once we get to that, we'll just super solidify the camping, and I think you'll be in a really good spot.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. I like that.
All right, sounds good, man. Solid lesson. Keep working on this stuff, and I think we're making good progress. So keep it up.
Yeah, thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Sounds good. Have a good one.
All right, you
Peace.
too.